a like, drop a comment, subscribe. Yeah, we back with another one. It's Alphamediaroom. Yo, we got Charleston White says that Drake is a colorism or colorist. Man, all I saw was a little clip, and I was like, man, I have to show this to the people. Man, I feel like this is a powerful video just off of what he's saying. But let's get straight to the reaction. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to keep you guys waiting.
So you don't think, Drake's been in the game for 17 years. You don't think there will never be another Drake? Somebody who could last that long in rap? Or does he not count because he's Jewish or because
he don't count because he's Jewish and he's white.
Okay, so let me ask you this. What about
if Drake was black like Bernie Mac, he would have been gone. If Drake was a dark-skinned, non-good hair, light-skinned nigga, if he was black and ugly, like that nigga you fought. If that nigga looked like, if Drake looked like Sauce Woody, nigga, please. I wouldn't give a damn how good that music is. They wouldn't have damn hell no.
So looks matter.
Color matter.
Kodak Black is dark as fuck.
Didn't you hear what I said? Color matter. Not looks, color. Color. Name me one dark-skinned artist. We can go from Michael to Whitney, who gets to go top those charts like that. Name me one.
I just said Kodak Black.
He don't top them charts like Drake.
Whitney, when he came out, he got a few. Well,
not like Whitney.
You're
listen,
right, I'm tripping.
No, you tripping. Yeah, you tripping.
I'm tripping.
Come on, man. Nigga, didn't you just see the white glove Drake did? The symbolism that he just topped the charts with the same hits as Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Nigga, that's legendary.
Yeah, no, I'm tripping. Who's went number one that's been like dark? That's like black as fuck.
Come on now. America still got a problem with black ass people now. Being at the front or the face of anything. And we can't paint their face.
And we're talking recent too, like in this day and age.
Man, we can go from the time I was born to now. There's up there in those charts like that.
I mean, Wayne is in there. Wayne is in the top of those charts.
Well, no, he not up there with Michael, Whitney, the Beatles. He not up there.
Okay. You're talking about that. No, okay. Yeah,
Drake is up there with them, homie.
Yeah, you're right.
You don't find that strange? Nothing's changed about his lyrics. He been singing the same. There's nothing new about how he sounds. He's been having the same sound, the same tune the whole entire time. And let a rapper get peed on, right? Because T.I. homeboy peed on that nigga.
On Drake.
Peed on him.
I think I remember that.
It's documented. They was at a movie theater award. He was upstairs peeing. Nigga peed on Drake.
I remember that.
Drake didn't do nothing. Puff is supposed to slap him or something. Let another rapper get done like he's been done. And think that he can still reign. And he painting his fingernails now.
And let me say this too. I don't think a black artist could be an actor and come over to rap and dominate like that. I don't think a black guy could do that.
He was an actor?
Yeah, on Degrassi, right? Yeah, Degrassi.
What the fuck is that?
It's a show.
I don't know nothing about it. It must be on some. Yeah, it must be on some.
He was a real actor.
Well, that explains it. Yeah, that explains it. Yeah, that explains it all. Yeah, he been in that world.
Yeah, so that's Charleston White, man. I just feel like he low-key right in terms of the success that Drake got, in terms of how big he got. At the time that he came out also was very interesting. He came out around his 2009 is when he peaked into the industry, which was the same year that Michael Jackson did die. Drake and The Weeknd came out of nowhere. So this is very interesting on the woke spectrum. But yeah, Drake definitely benefits from being super duper big, super duper light. People like Biggie Smalls couldn't get those numbers, but he was very, very much talented. Kanye West to me is better than Drake. His collection of music is better. But he hasn't reached the success in terms of the number success, right? But I do I don't know which one have more Grammys, but I believe Kanye do have more Grammys. But in terms of like that, what he's saying, the superstar with the Beatles, with the Michael Jacksons, with these are top tier numbers. These aren't just no regular, um, no regular number stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's very interesting that I feel like he's pointing these stuff out because people like Ice Spice to me benefits from the colorism because they're not as talented as the other artists that are brown. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying like if you really pay attention to the people that's pushed out more, if they're not a white person, then they're most likely going to be the mixture between black and white. They're never really Akon or Favor Flav or like they're never really those type of people. Like you know what I'm saying in terms of like that super duper numbers, not just success. We're not talking about success, regular success. We're talking about we call them like the 0.1%. They're not even the 1%. They're almost lower than that. Like they're like what Taylor Swift is doing every time she drops. I haven't listened to Taylor Swift for a while, but every time she drops, she's do 1.5 million streams. She do millions of streams. Like, you know what I'm saying? Drake, anytime he drops, even if it's mediocre or if it's the same sound as last year or the year or the album before that, he's gonna always do that number. You know what I'm saying? He very much favors, you know what I'm saying? So and J. Cole is much more ethnic than Drake, even though they're both mixed. J. Cole kind of talks about black plight. J. Cole has the dreads. J. Cole, he really raps from black plight perspective. Drake doesn't do none of that. So you know what I'm saying? Drake is a very pop, very for the people type of person. He tries to keep stuff within the mix. You know what I'm saying? He tries to keep himself culturally relevant, and his ability to go into everybody's genre and just take a piece from that and just make that his own is his ability, but he only has that ability because he can favor both sides. He has the white market and the black market. He can say the N word. Um, we allow him with that pass, even though if you look up Drake history, he's never grew up with specifically black people. He grew up with a white mother in a Jewish area. Well, I want to say a rich area called Forest Hill and Western Roads and all that stuff. He wasn't in the mud. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't going with he wasn't living with his father in Memphis. He wasn't living with those type of people. So and then he grew up also in the actor world in Degrassi. He came in at 15 years old. He was already an actor, molded as an actor, and sees everything and moves like an actor. That's why he gets actor deals, and he wanted to be just as big as an actor as he was a rapper. But he's so big of a rapper that it don't even make sense for him to even go into the movie industry because you know what I'm saying he had a couple of stuff with Will Ferrell and stuff like that that he aspired to do with because, like I said, he does acting and music. Nobody has ever done that. Tyrese is a great singer, great actor, but he hasn't even reached the success of Drake. And he has some of the most classic songs, like two or three of the most classic songs, Tyrese, right? So it's interesting that people don't really pay attention to it. And if you do speak up about it, people's going to say it's hate. People are going to say it's whatever. But if we're looking at our role models aren't the same skin tone as Michael Jordan or Biggie Smalls or Akon, you know what I'm saying, or T Pain. But these are some of the greatest athletes or the greatest musicians in the world, but they haven't reached the Beatles numbers. They haven't reached Drake's success. They haven't reached the Michael Jackson success. Michael Jackson's success also came after he changed his skin tone. Yeah, he had the success when he was brown, very very much amazing talent. But then he got like this super duper people passing out his concerts when he was starting this transition, when he transitioned into Thriller, when he transitioned to the Bad, when he transitioned into the Escape album. Like he very much transitioned to this very white, so much white that like he can have a children with a white person and they won't even look like Drake. They'll look like how Drake's son looks, like white. You know what I'm saying? 100% white. With blonde hair or blue eyes, and they're going to be called baby. They're not going to be. There's nothing ethnic about him, except for one of Michael Jackson's children looks very ethnic. But he's not the child that's going to be. He's not the child that's postered on the internet as much as the other two. So I just find that very interesting. You know what I'm saying? Um, in terms of the colorism, like favoritism that is played inside the entertainment world. People like Lotto, Ice Spice, they just come in. They don't even have the talent that like Tim's have, or like, you know what I'm saying, SZA or something like that. Like they don't have the natural raw talent. They kind of just makes it off of looks, and they can make it off of looks because they're so close to the white demographics. In terms of appeal and look, the camera favors that. The camera is also made for paler skin. So if we just break it down scientifically, there's a reason. Drake also got away with a lot of blackface early in his career. He was doing the acting stuff, but they also had him with the blackface. If you remember the Pusha T diss and how Pusha T dissed him, and then was talking about the Adonis and talking about his child, and that you're an absent father, you're not even telling the world that you have a child. All of a sudden now Drake is too much of a overly public father to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just he puts his son out there too much after somebody just said you didn't do it at all. It's kind of funny, right? But that's besides the point. But this whole point that I'm trying to make is that there is a basis in terms of like this super duper marketed success for musicians that has to do with your skin tone. There are great, 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 great artists that are dark and brown, but they haven't reached the Beatles, Michael Jackson, late transition, uh, Drake. They haven't reached these. I'm talking about the 0.1%. That's not fair. I'm just saying that's just not fair to me. But I know why. It's the market. See, when you go to these concerts, who's at these concerts? Black people were not at these concerts. You know what I'm saying? The people that's at these concerts is these suburban white people who buys up all the tickets right after it goes on sale. So I find that very interesting to me. Um, that they appeal more to what they feel like they can be. You know what I'm saying? Steph Curry also benefits from that as well. But that's just on a whole different point, whole different note. There's talent, yes, but there is a little bit of favoritism in terms of the media pushing you and how much exposure you get. It's very based off of that. Like if you have to pay attention, or you would have to be black to really understand it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people not gonna understand it. They're gonna just call it hate. They're gonna call it misunderstanding or hate or jealousy and all. No, it's none of that. We just state the obvious in what we see. People like Drake, and Logic and all these mixed people, they can just run in and just say, "Oh, I'm black," and can run with this tag. You know what I'm saying? Logic try to say it. Everybody's like, you're not even Drake's complexion to even say that. But Drake to me is too bright to even say that. And for him not to be cultured enough growing up wise to even say that N word, but he does. And he made a lot of success off of it. If he didn't say that and he was dark skinned like Bernie Mac, like exactly what Charleston White said, he wouldn't have reached this type of super, super duper star success in terms of they call him the number one rapper. And he's not. In terms of me just being 100% serious in terms of lyrics, bars, flows, all that stuff, that he's nowhere near that. But he has a very much a wide variety of range, like Mozart, in terms of how he can actually compose art. You know what I'm saying? That's a bar. But like how he can actually compose art is like he has so much of it because he can play both sides. He can sing to you like crazy, not only because of his skin, but he can be soft and he can be like exactly what he said, being peed on, bullied, pushed, like you know what I'm saying? Like he can look weak, but like and have the same success. We as black dark men cannot have that same success if we're demoralized, if somebody beats us up, if somebody pees on us like Drake, if somebody smacks us like Diddy did to Drake, if somebody, you know what I'm saying? If somebody exposes us for ghostwriting and for not even writing our own music at all, we're not going to have that same success that this guy continues to have. And this is no hate towards Drake. I love Drake artistically. You know what I'm saying? He's one of one in terms of this artistic basis, in terms of the singing and rapping. That does not mean anything towards his art. It's the favoritism towards the media that we don't have enough of dark melanated people reaching that number because they're not being pushed as much. Tim's is the best Afro woman singer right now. She's not being pushed like Tyler, who made a song a couple months ago, which is just not going viral, called "Water" for Ampiano, South Africa. She's a brighter tone, so now they're pushing her like crazy. But yet Tim's has so much of a good song that Drake and Future can sample her voice, and that song becomes platinum and all this stuff. But Tim's don't get that glory. That's my problem. If Tim's was Adele's skin tone, she would be all over the internet and glorified like Taylor Swift. Tim's is better than 99.9% of these women that is out here today that is singing. Period, to me, point blank. I don't care about no Taylor Swift. I don't care about no Adele. I don't care about no Megan, whatever. I don't care about those people. I listen to it. It doesn't give me the soul, the feeling, the power, the voice, the thoughts, the passion that Tim's giving me. And that's my biased opinion in terms of that, because I go for content and art. I don't go off of what the media push in my face to say, hey, listen to this, listen to this, listen to this over and over again. And then the pop artist is all a certain skin complexion. You see what I'm saying? Pop is a new word for white. You know what I'm saying? That's how they stole music. But the king of pop was originally black before he had to deal with his vitiligo and his father abusing him so much that he had to change his skin tone because he didn't feel like he was like he didn't feel right enough in his own skin, because he if you go down and you actually read the stories of actually Michael Jackson, he was actually being abused by his father every single time when he was performing as a child, and while he was growing up as a teenager, he was being put in rooms that he shouldn't have been put in rooms in with adults, and he was supposed to dance and perform for adults. So let that go where your mind's supposed to go. And then what they're trying to accuse of him right now, and let me know if he had a fair chance at life coming straight into the world and have to go immediately perform for a certain type of group of people, and then your father beats you the second most, because I believe they beat one of the children more than him, but Michael got it the most. You know what I'm saying? So if you think about that and how Michael had to transition, you know what I'm saying? And once he transitioned, the amount of, oh my God, he can't even go to a concert without people just falling on the ground. You see what I'm saying? And Michael's such a great talent. You see what I'm saying? But once you change and once you make your look, your look so much bright that the white people can think, hey, that's me too doing that dance. You know, that's not, you know what I'm saying? Because Michael Jordan was too black for these white people to feel like they can be that type of person. So they have Larry Bird to like to like uh to like ride off. You know what I'm saying? Right now with Jokic, they're gonna push Jokic like crazy, even though Giannis won the chip before him and is not even being pushed like that. They're gonna push Jokic, oh, he's the best, oh, he's amazing. Not because of just talent, but the media, how they specifically feel about these players. It's intimate, the way they feel about these players and the way they feel about musicians and artists. They feel like it's them. But the people that's close in the media does not look like me, does not look like the people in the black community, the people that's in the hood, the people that's in the, not even just the hood, even the suburbs, great black community that actually have profit and wealth and stuff like that. They don't look like us. You know what I'm saying? They always look like somebody who would be Jewish and black, somebody who would be living with uh, their white parent for their whole entire life. So that's basically my take on it. You could take it how you want it. Honestly, if you dislike anything I just said, if you can't really come to a conclusion and understand what I just said, then it's not for you. And I honestly do not care. This is for the people that I know it's gonna resonate with. This is for the people that I know wants this type of stuff to come out because they feel like they've been bullied a lot in school and growing up and stuff like that, and they never have a fair opportunity. But this person over here with this not so curled hair can have that much success. Yet I feel like personally I sing better than and rap better than that person over there. But that person's gonna get more glory because of their favoritism with the white privilege and white supremacists of the world. The first house Negro, I mean, the first people that was living within the homes of the actual, we're talking about slave mentality, because that's what this world lives off of. That's what colorism bases off of, is if you're lighter in a paper bag. That's historically, you can go look it up yourself. Um, so once we see that these people have created that, the people that was in the homes with those white people were the people like Drake. They were living in the homes with the slave master, because of the fact that they felt like, yes, their skin might be a little bit brown, but their brain is of the white. If you listen to Joe Rogan, what Joe Rogan got accused of, not even accused of, actually said, and actually is still successful even after he said this and was not canceled, was that He loves the fact that somebody or something can have a white mind in a black body. In terms of the white mind is more superior than the black mind. That's the same problem with the NFL quarterbacks. That's why they don't like these black quarterbacks taking over, and they're trying to beige it out as much as possible with people like Patrick Mahomes, trying to give him as much rings as possible. So yes, it's Tom Brady, but then right after, boom, it's Patrick Mahomes. You ain't got no Lamar Jackson is gonna be the best quarterback of all time. They're not gonna ever push that because the owners is Jerry Jones, and Jerry Jones owned the Cowboys, who was also in the picture with the the N-word stuff when it was going on in 1940s or 50s, 60s, when it was very segregated and all that stuff. And they saying he was 14, but yet they don't give that same type of excuse for anybody else that's black and that does anything at a young age, or the 18-year-olds that mess up, or the 17-year-olds that mess up. They don't give them no favor, but they're always going to say mentally ill or they were too young, and make mistakes because they were young for the white people. Even black coons like Stephen A. Smith, who hates the Cowboys but defended Jerry Jones when Jerry Jones came out in that situation. That should let you know how powerful the system is in terms of the actual people who run this stuff. They run it, so they're going to choose the people who they feel like should win. You know what I'm saying? If the Jewish people is the most dominant uh, um, religion in terms of success in the world, you know what I'm saying? They run almost everything. Of course, they're gonna make the artist that's Jewish and a little bit of black be the biggest rapper in the world. And that's just my whole take on it. Like I said, if you like it, this was for you. Shout out to you. Tip my hat off for you. If this is not for you, I do not care. To each his own. Move on. Don't even watch the video. You know what I'm saying? Just move on. It's not for you. But if this is for you, I know who I'm speaking to. This is for my people. This is for my people. When I say my people, I mean my people. This is for my people. So I'm just keeping it a bean. I'm very much I'm not a Pan African in this. I'm actually African, so it's like I'm African American. So I have African father and I have American mother. So I'm African American legitimately. This is for my people. This is for my people who understand this system that's in America and how they make everything against us. So yeah, likes, comment, share, and subscribe. It's been your boy Alphamediaroom. Yo, we back with another banger. This was a banger. So I'm gonna need y'all to like. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need y'all to subscribe. This was a banger. You know what I'm saying? Niggas bleed just like us. Picture me being scared of that breathe the same air as me. Bleed just like us. Picture me being shook. We could post both bunnies, make the mother